Hey guys, it is me, MNSRVIs, and today we're back with another Amphibia episode review. We're on season 3, episode 14, the root of evil, and then the core and the king. First of all, before I actually go on to the whole entire review and everything like that, if you haven't seen the episode and you don't want to get spoiled, please leave now because this is definitely gonna have spoils. And if you never watched the show and you just clicked on it because let's say someone told you, please go watch the show. It's definitely amazing. You have to see it. But anyways, in this whole entire video, we're going to talk about everything that happened, my theories and everything I think is definitely going to happen in the next couple episodes. And without further ado, let's go start off with the episode that isn't as interesting, that was actually filler. And I thought this was the Mossy episode. And I thought the other episodes would be a full, flashback episode. Well, that was kind of wrong. This was actually an unexpected filler. But starting off with the root of evil, it's just about, Anne trying to go recruit more people to help with the whole war and everything, and Hot Pop tries to help too with plant advice and sadly fails. He ain't good with the plant advice, and Anne was able to bring them back by saying everything else about saving, and also the whole little secret on the ground base, stuff like that. But then after that, when they're on the road, they fall into like a whole smoky area, into a brand new place, and then it looked like they're in heaven. Looks like they just died. They're in a bed with a whole lit up room with flowers and everything, and it turns out it's a whole little secret place that a home to frogs that love plants. Hot Pop's just loving it there. He just loves plant because he always is the whole entire thing that we going with Hot Pop is that nobody else respects his love for plants. And I think it was another episode of someone that respected his love for plants, but then it all turned terribly bad, and that's why Anne didn't trust the place at all. And she was definitely right to, because the episode's called the root of evil. It's definitely not going to stay good for all. But then after that, Loggle steps on a flower and the whole entire city starts screaming and crying, and I guess found that extremely funny how I guess one little flower, and then they start whispering some like little chant, and then the flower grows when no one's looking. I'm like, yeah, they're definitely like some witches and stuff like that. But then it takes a turn when they go into like the room to meet the leader of the town, finding out that he's dead and he's skeletons and bones with mushrooms going, and there's a whole some mushrooms in the room. And guess what? The beetle's back. That whole beetle that I sadly forgot his name. Too many names to remember. The whole mushroom dude in the whole episode, and it's so funny because like 2 episodes ago or 1 episode ago, they talked about how he said I only turned you guys into zombies one time. Funny thing, it's so funny that they actually brought it back. That's the thing that was actually cool about it. But I thought it was going to be filler, but it's actually not too much filler, because at the end it turns out they actually go and, join the army. So after that, they have a little try escaping. And then early on in the episode, one of the little cloak bots, little dragonflies, went onto the the little wagon, and then after that, extract them, thinking that's the location, instead of exploding and burning the entire place. So they start leaving, but then Hot Pop feels bad and wants to go back and save him. So once they go back and save him, they're able to recruit the little bug dude, and now he's officially part of the resistance, gonna help him. So that's pretty cool, to find that out. Definitely, it's still somewhat filler, but still not. But getting on to the actual good and juicy part of this week's episode, the core and the king. The episode that I, tried not going on YouTube to spoil about and clicking do not recommend channel, just so I do not get spoiled at all. I'm serious about spoils. I don't want to get spoiled at all. But anyways, if it starts off with Darcy, is there being Darcy, and also coming up with her actual name, Darcy, finally actually officially saying it without being in the credits, because it said in the credits in the Olivia and United episode, it said Darcy, but now she said it's because I think I don't know if I got to say 100% right, but it's because of Darcy's favorite video game is like Dark, and her name is Mossy, so she came up with the name Darcy. I think it's something like that. I know it's a little bit off, but that's how she came up with the name Darcy. And it's pretty cool how she came up with the name, and it wasn't just a code name everyone just called her, but pretty cool. But then after that, you can obviously see, she even talks about how Mossy was actually, if Mossy's still in now, she said yes, she's locked away like a piece of her, so that little promo art we got of her, I think it's definitely her, seeing like her whole life flashing behind her memories, or maybe having good made up memories. But my sister thinks this Sasha's and also Anne's flashback of the good times. So it's really confusing. We have to wait until we actually see what it is and who's actually right about it. And also other YouTubers also do think, I saw some other people who reviewed the episode, and they do think that it's the core trying to like trap her in a loop of good memories. And it could be one of those 3 options. We just have to wait and see. And also, Andrews gives her cupcakes, her favorite cupcakes that I sadly forgot, red velvet something. And then you guys can see it's Mossy's favorite muffin. So yes, a little bit of Mossy showing, and clumsiness. She just falls flat on her face. So she's still got a little bit of Mossy still left inside of her. But after all that, he looks at a poster, and she said, "Oh, something about the friends, his old friends." And he said, "Nah, he let go of that," or something like that. I'm not saying exactly like it. I kind of forgot. These videos are not scripted. I didn't write down anything. But anyways, he goes back into a flashback, showing Andreas picking up a random mysterious painting. Then we find out, that technically everybody knows about now. But after that, you see how high-tech and futuristic it was. And also how conquering is a common thing in Utopia. Then you actually can see here, dang it, I forgot his real name. I just think of him as Dipper because Dipper voiced him. And also young Andreas is voiced by none other than Hunter, the Golden Guard from Owl House. And yeah, I was wondering how that was going to play out, but I was like, okay, he did an amazing young Andreas. An amazing one. And still forgot his name, sadly, the Toad. That he also, did an amazing job voicing him. But after that, we also see the Pink Frog's official name, Leaf. Yeah, it's not actually spelled out like leaf. It's spelled out like a different leaf, but still Leaf. I'm just shocked about that. Leaf. But after that, also she did some dance to trick everyone to be something to command or control people. Not like an evil way. It's a nice way. I think I'm probably still saying this wrong too. And that's the exact same thing Sprig did in season 1 or season 2. Where I said I forgot which season it was. And he said it runs deep in the family. So it's kind of confirming that she's the planter in the beginning of the planter, but we have no idea. We have to wait and actually see. We see the paintings, the one that's all scratched up in the episodes now, and you can see he got them because they're all friends. He's about to get the job, and then his dad says the famous line, "It's time to get. Don't you think it's time to say goodbye to the childhood friends?" And man, I was fangirling the minute I heard that line. I was like, yes, he said it. And I thought he was talking. I thought it was that whole thought talking to Darcy like that. Tell Mossy that. In the car telling her that, as everybody thought, but no, it's just the flashback sequence, and it's kind of funny, but he said the line. But anyways, he shows Andreas the car and how all of them are still preserved in there, and then Andreas is like, bruh, and so he gave him the key to the music box. It's like a whole little room in a sanctuary, and it's pretty cool. And I thought up here, these gems that my mouse is going over, I thought these gems were the actual gems, but nah, the gems are actually in the box. But yeah, as you see here, it's really strange how they lifted it up. And you guys can see it's still powering everything. The city ain't falling. Well, not falling because it never actually, I think, flew. But the thing is, it's not falling. Well, not, not unlighting up like in True Colors. But, I guess because it still has power. I'm confused. Okay, we don't question things here anymore. But then after playing toss, because she said, oh, you're going to get in trouble, tossing it, back and forth to the other Toad that I still forgot his name because I don't know why it's not coming back to me. But anyways, she gets a flashback, flash forward, of the future of Amphibia getting destroyed and everything like that. Also seeing how the moon is falling, meaning the whole entire line in the Mother of All episode about how it's the fall, embrace the fall of the moon. Oh, maybe that's just the way she said it. But yeah, and how they're facing to determine them all. Bro, that's like a bro moment. To see how Naby is going to end up with Amphibia actually getting destroyed. And then all the frogs live in harmony like Star versus the forces of evil. I'm not okay with that type of ending because I would like to see something different. Like them have to split away in a sad, super sad ending. I don't want it to happen, but I love sad endings for some reason. But also destroying half Amphibia, maybe all frogs living in a whole different part of Amphibia Earth, or going to a different universe or something like that. It's definitely going to be probably this is going to happen because everything else in this vision came true except for that. So most likely Amphibia is going to get destroyed, and this is just extreme foreshadowing. Anyways, she steals the key from Andreas in the music box because he found out how the future. He doesn't want to change it, he just wants to go with his whole family. He fights back, and you guys can see she escaped. She was able to escape with the leaf monster, saying she has to get this music box off this planet. But she escaped, and he has the exact same sword. And this is when someone else's YouTube theory came in, how he has flashbacks, and this is the reason why he stabbed Mossy, because he didn't want her to escape, exactly how Leaf did. So that's just the another YouTuber. I sadly forgot his name. I'm super sorry about that. But that was his theory, not mine at all. But it pretty much makes sense. But then we see him burning the portrait, saying that the past is in the past, and he's not letting keep him hold of the past. Also see Darcy getting reboot and how something's in progress, and everybody thinks he's wiping Mossy. I do not think this is happening, but my sister also do think it's going to end off, with Mossy being totally wiped and a new persona is Darcy, and that's how she's just going to live on Earth after they save everyone, and she's not going to actually remember anything they've been with. That is going to be pretty sad if that happens, but Who knows? I don't think they're wiping her memory, but that's how half the fandom's going toward. They're wiping her memory. I hope not. I hope this gets an upgrading process so she can walk around without the cord, and maybe, that humongous cord always in the back of her head, but who knows? We're just gonna have to sadly wait and see. But that's that. Matthew, it overlapped with the dad's voice saying how he's, I think, getting proud of him, or finally starting to be proud of him, how everything's walking in place. And then we got ourselves the end credits of this, showing the fire. No happy-go-lucky, music like the other one. No, just fire. You can see the fire burning, and that's it. That's the credits roll. And that is the end of the episode of The Root and Evil and the Corn and the King. This is definitely the most longest review I've ever done for only a 20-minute episode. So much happened. The Root and Evil was a good episode. The Corn and the King was also a really good episode. It's definitely the Living Unit episode. I felt like was a little bit stronger. I liked it, and like how everyone else thinks this should definitely be in a 20-minute span and not in a 10-minute span. The whole Corn and the King episode, but I definitely do love it. It has to be my third most favorite Amphibia episode of all time. My first being, True Colors, who's not that first episode. Second being Olivia and Yunnan, and then this has to be the third one. And then after that, following will have to be Reunion, and then the Temple Saga. All those episodes. But anyways, tell me in the comments below what do you guys do think about this whole episode, and tell me your opinions, your thoughts, your theories, and I'll see you guys all next week for another Amphibia episode. Also tomorrow for Our House, or maybe a day later. Who knows? Goodbye.